If your bearded dragon is going into brumation, you're gonna want to watch this video. What's up, lords and ladies? Welcome back to another video on this channel. So today I'm going to be covering brumation, what it is, how to get your bearded dragon safely out of it, and possibly some tips on just overall brumation. So what is brumation? Now, brumation in reptiles is pretty much like hibernation in mammals. Brumation is a period of time where your bearded dragon is gonna feel a little bit sleepy. Now, in the wild, this is a natural occurrence that could happen with some bearded dragons. However, in captivity, you have full control of temperatures, feeding, and the overall care of your bearded dragon. So, do you really need to put your bearded dragon into brumation? In my personal opinion, I would say no. You don't have to put your bearded dragon into brumation. There is some benefits, possibly when it comes to breeding and maybe some other reasons as well, that some keepers keep their bearded dragons in brumation. But me personally, I keep the temperatures all the time the same temps. However, I ran into a bit of a tricky situation. You see, I keep my bearded dragons in my reptile room. In here, it is pretty warm. Just kind of using this temperature gun, it is 84 degrees Fahrenheit in here. So it's pretty warm. Now, I do fluctuate the temperatures a little bit, so it will drop a little bit. But for the most part, it stays nicely warm in here for my reptiles. However, one thing I notice about keeping my reptiles in a space where I'm living, I noticed that the temperatures fluctuate a lot, and that's where I ran into some problems. And I decided to kind of highlight it for you guys. That way, any of you who have your bearded dragon in a bedroom, in a living room, or even in the washroom, I don't know why you would keep your bearded dragon in the washroom, but somewhere where you are constantly living, you might run into this exact same problem. You see, like I mentioned, brumation comes from temperature fluctuation. So if the temperatures get a little bit too cold, that might spark your bearded dragon to go into brumation, go into this sleepy state, so it could wake up when it's nice and warm and there's more food available. So if your temperatures are dropping, then your bearded dragon is gonna go into brumation. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, there's no way my temperatures are dropping. I always keep the temperatures the same. I've been keeping the same light bulb for the longest time. There's no way. Well, something that I ran into was right around the time when summer hit. So, as many of you guys know, my bearded dragon Blue, he's an active bearded dragon. He's kind of angry all the time. But what I started to notice is that he was showing signs of brumation around the time when I turned on the air conditioning in my house. This could have caused the temperature to fluctuate and get a little bit too cold for the ambient temperature. And one thing I noticed was that my bearded dragon Blue loves to sleep on a certain branch at night. However, that side of the enclosure doesn't get warm enough for him to kind of start moving and searching his other spots in the enclosure. So what ended up happening was that he would wake up kind of cold because of the air conditioning, and he would just stay there for the whole entire day. Now, it's already been 3 days and I've not seen him move from that spot. So this is a clear indication that he is going into brumation. The temperature in the enclosure pretty much has stayed the same except for that one spot. So what could we do as a keeper to fix this issue? Because this seems to be, believe it or not, an issue that a lot of people run into, and it's just a very minor fix, and it's a very easy one as well. Alright, so as you can see, Blue is on this side of the enclosure. Now, around the winter months, it was perfectly fine because I had the heater on and the enclosure was actually getting a little bit too warm. But now that I turned on the air conditioning, Blue has decided that he wants to go on this side and sleep, which is perfectly fine. However, because the room gets cold at night, Blue stays up there and pretty much sleeps the whole entire day. At times I actually catch him as well going inside of here. So he's definitely going on the colder side instead of going on the warmer side. Now, a quick easy fix was to add another heat bulb or heat lamp over here and kind of just keep this area nice and warm, because I do still want to keep the air conditioning in my living space. And because Blue is choosing to stay in this spot all the time on the cold side, I'm noticing that he's becoming a lot more sluggish. He's not as active. As you can see, my hands are like getting near him and he's not like trying to bite it, even though most of the times he is. So he's always sleepy and he doesn't want to wake up. So a quick, easy fix, if Blue would allow me to. Hey, dude. Okay, dude. I know you're angry. I know. But you've been here for a hot minute. A quick, easy fix is to grab your bearded dragon and put him on the warm side so he could warm up. Another quick, easy fix, if you don't want to pick up your bearded dragon because he's grumpy like Blue, is to kind of just get your heat bulb and just swap it over, or even add an extra one as well. So right now, Blue, I've been doing that for a couple of days. Every morning I'll move him over to the heat side and he will keep nice and warm, because I don't want Blue to go into brumation, because there's no reason for it. He's still a growing boy and he still needs his food. So sorry, Blue. Sorry for keeping you awake. So hopefully this video helped anyone out there experiencing the exact same problem. It might be getting warm outside, and that's what's causing you to be confused as to why your bearded dragon's going into brumation. But only because it's getting warm outside, that doesn't necessarily mean it's getting warm inside of your house. Because it's getting warm outside, you probably, like myself, turn on the air conditioning. So make sure you are checking the temperatures of your bearded dragon as constantly as you can, especially around the months where the temperature is changing. So I like to do it every summer and every winter, and kind of just randomly in between. So hopefully this video helped out anyone out there. If it did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and be sure to check out my other videos as well, as I'm going to be posting very constantly on this channel. So with that being said, I'm Lord of Lion, keep the blood pumping, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification.